Ladies and gentlemen, episode 116 of the DrewCast. I'm your host, Mello15. With me tonight, my disembodied voice, we got Jo. I'm excited because tonight we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before we do, I'm probably going to make people mad with this first topic. A lot of you probably will not agree with what I'm going to say, which is okay. We don't have to agree on everything. Well, me and you literally don't agree on everything, so I can't expect the people who watch us to agree with me on everything. And it's okay. I'm gonna come at this subject though with kind of like an open gate, open door policy with you guys. So if you guys comment below, if you don't agree with me, if you do agree with me, let's talk about it, because we're gonna talk about a viral video that's been going around about a guy confronting his bully, supposedly. And he walks up to the guy, right? Clearly the guy's like homeless now. The guy's like, missing hair, homeless, clearly down bad, right? Down bad as you can get. And I don't know where this guy's from. Did this sound like New York or Philly? He was like, "Hey, yo, hey, word to my mother, you on the street, word to my mother." Where was he? What do you
It
think?
could have been either or, to be honest.
Hey, bro, I know people from Philly. He sounds like a Philly cat dog. Like, this guy clearly is from Philly, but he walks up to him in the video. He's like, "Damn, homie, back in high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you?" And like he starts like sitting there trolling him and, "Hey, yo, you used to make fun of me for my baggy clothes. Look at you now." Like that type of talk, right? And we'll have a picture up on the screen right here so you guys can see what video I'm talking about. But he proceeds to be like, "Hey, look at you, look at me." Turns around, shows his shitty ass car. Obviously, like I wouldn't have done that. Like if my car wasn't a Lambo, I'm not showing my fucking car, bro. You know what I mean? Can you imagine any of us doing that? "Hey, look at you, bro. Look at me." And as you see my Pontiac, like, yeah, there she is. There's my Pontiac right there, just sitting there, But honestly, if I don't have a fucking like Captain, like Warren's type Jeep, like it looks like the president can ride in that bitch, I'm not showing my fucking car, dude. That's just straight up. But, you know, uh, I was actually surprised because a lot of the people who commented online were like defending the bully. I was surprised to see that, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting people to be like, "Hey, yo, fuck that guy, karma's a bitch," right? But a lot of people were siding with the bully. They weren't siding with the guy recording, you know? And I wanted to come at this topic from somebody who's been bullied before. And like, I don't know what I would do in that situation if I saw my actual bully, right? Like, this isn't like off camera. You made a comment about how someone in the comment section was talking about the 13 reasons why mob scene. I mean, if it's that type of bully, yeah, bro, do that. Like, go up to him, like, clown him, bro, put him on video, like, all that shit, spit on him type shit, right? Like, I don't, right? But, like, if it's just, like, baggy clothes, like, "Hey, bro, your mom's single, you can't afford anything," I don't know what I would do. But I know I got made fun of for that hella in middle school. Like, when we first moved up to Washington, so we had moved up here, guys, from Idaho. We lived in Idaho for 1 year. We went down to Idaho to, my mom said it was to help take care of our great grandpa. We moved back up here, right? Which is funny because the last day we were in Idaho, we were about to get jumped, bro. And like, remember on the walk home, me and Dustin were like, we had got off the bus. There was like a group of Mexican kids on the bus, like trying to like shank us and shit. Like it was really on some cowboy shit. On the walk home, I remember me and Dustin like, "Hey, what are we gonna tell mom? What do we do? We might have to switch schools." I remember we were applying, bro. The second we get to that front door, mom's like, "Hey, pack your stuff. We're going to Seattle." We were like, "Word, bro? Word? Hey, yo, pack our bags, bro." But we move up here, and I don't know what happened in between the move because I swear I had more clothes than this, bro. I swear I did. But we get up to Seattle, and I had one outfit from the time I started school up here till Christmas break. So about 3 to 4 months. I had green, like light green Sprite shoes, a light blue hoodie, and khakis, tan khakis shorts. Khaki shorts, by the way, not khaki pants, shorts. Okay. So I know all about bullying when it comes to, I mean, every single day. "What's up, Sprite shoes? What up, bro? What up, Sprite shoes?" Like every time I'd walk in, I'd get like legit bullied, bro. So that was actually my journey on how I ended up hanging with like a certain group of people because like where I went to school at, like there was nothing but like preppy white kids, and they're not gonna hang out with you looking like that, bro. The preppy white kids are not accepting you. Like the Abercrombie and Fitch, like those type of people, they were not accepting me. So I got taken in by like the black and the Mexican kids, So that was my journey on how, I became me. But yeah, so I was bullied for that shit. Would I do my bully the same way that this guy did? Not for that. But there's plenty of other bullies that I've had that I would do that to, you know? And karma is a bitch, bro. Like if you are out here bullying people to the point where they felt like they needed to do that to you later in life, you kind of, I don't know if you kind of deserve it, bro, a little bit, I don't know what you think, Dustin, but do you think you've been bullied before?
No.
No, I don't remember that. It was usually me, actually. It's actually really weird, but it's because I'm more out. I think it's because I'm more out in the open. You're more like low key, laid back. But I mean, what did you think when you watched the video? Did you think like, damn, this guy's doing too much, or like, did you feel sad for the guy who was homeless, or what
I
was
didn't
your?
think he was doing too much until he's like, I didn't think he was doing too much until he started kicking his shoes around. At that point, I was like, oh,
Oh, when he kicked the guy's shoes, yeah.
you're not going above and beyond, but like you're trying to prove a point that you like already proved. Like he had already shown him the car, he had already like made fun of him for being homeless. Now he's just like,
Doing extra.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a little.
And I agree with the people in the comments. Like you can do that to somebody who like actually bullied you. You making fun of somebody for having baggy clothes, is that even bullying?
Like, does
I feel
that
like
warrant?
is that even bullying in general? You can make fun of somebody for having baggy clothes,
I mean, hey,
and
the
that's gonna
reason
fuck their
we're
life
bringing
up.
this up is because I actually did get bullied for having shitty clothes. I don't know if it was baggy. Well, my khakis and my hoodie were baggy, but I kind of resonate with that guy. Would I do that? I don't know. I don't think I would. And I've had plenty of bullies in my life, bro, and I don't think I would do that. I was actually kind of disappointed by the amount of people who were siding with the bully, in my opinion. That's why I said in the beginning of this episode that a lot of you probably wouldn't agree with me because you guys are good people. Clearly, I'm not, but I don't think that warrants that. At the same time, you're right. You're kicking the shoes, all that shit. So, I mean, the guy did look horrible, and this is the point, right? For kids or anybody who's watching, because like again, I said this before. I know my nephew watches the show, and he's clearly far from a bully, but this is why you have to be careful with that kind of stuff, man. Right? Karma is a bitch. This type of stuff does happen, and you might find yourself in a position at some point in life where you are that homeless guy, or you are somebody who's like hella down bad, and out of nowhere, someone that you did wrong, or someone that you bullied, or someone that you took advantage of just shows up and was like, ah, look at you, bro. What, bro? Look at this guy, dog. Like, you see, and that could very well happen. And yeah, it sucks, but that's the time. Like, if you're into like doing dirty work and like doing people dirty, you gotta expect the worst, bro. I mean, I do feel bad for that guy, but at some point, because like our society rewards this type of shit. Our society rewards like people who I feel like our society rewards bullies, dude, in my opinion. Like you guys all went to school, man. Like you guys know how bad it could get. The popular kids, all the kids who were like popular with money and like clout and stuff, like they just got to do basically whatever they wanted to kids. There was no repercussions really. I mean, the school would do something, but they weren't really doing anything. Right? Kids would complain and like, hey, I'm being bullied and stuff. And think about all the kids who have retaliated. I'm not talking about the serious those two, like the school, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that topic, but kids have come back to school and hurt students, hurt themselves. They felt like they couldn't be in school anymore. That stuff's a real thing. And it's a real thing outside of school. Like there's still bullies in the workplace and like in real life, right? They didn't really ever mature. They just became a bully in their workplace, right? So it's a serious problem that I don't think it's ever properly been addressed. Like again, I went to school with some of them like with kids who were like crazy rich and popular, and they just got to do whatever the fuck they wanted with no repercussions. And I mean, I've seen some serious shit happen. When I played on the football team, there was this one kid, I forgot what his name is, but there was this one kid, they would bully the fuck out of this kid every football practice. Like, we're just there to play football and feel like we're a part of a team. But these other kids would take it to an extreme to where, like, it kind of made me question whether or not I wanted to play football anymore. I was like, I don't want to be a part. If this is what it is, I don't want to be a part of it. Now, people might call me soft for that. I don't. I guess if I guess if I don't want to be a part of bully culture, then I'm soft. But You know what I mean? Like there's the difference too, right? Like if you're on the football team and we're like, like maybe a squabble happens or it's like light pranking and light hazing, that's cool in my opinion. But if you're going out of your way to like terrorize somebody and make their life a living hell and stuff like that, it doesn't sit right with me. And that's probably why this video gave me mixed reactions, because I was like, hey, I don't really feel bad for the bully, but at the same time, like, I get why people do. So you guys comment below. What are your thoughts on it? Did you guys agree with the bully? Did you guys agree with the guy recording? Where do you sit on this? Because everybody who's watching, you most likely went to school, unless you're my siblings, right? So, but you most likely went to school. You know how bullies are. You guys know what they're capable of and what they get away with and what teachers hide and what parents hide, right? I mean, I literally had bullies follow me home, right? Follow me home and throw a fucking rock through my door. And my pregnant mom, who was pregnant at the time, had to deal with it, right? And nothing happened because the person who did it was a star on the basketball team. So again, like, see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of times like this shit never has repercussions for it. So, we were just talking about, also speaking of people we went to school with, I'm pretty sure you guys experience this too. By the way, this is actually one of the most cringiest parts about social media. This is kind of like, if it wasn't for this podcast, I would literally not have social media, right? If you were to give me like millions of dollars tomorrow, buy social media, buy Facebook, buy Instagram, buy TikTok, buy YouTube, all that, I'll be done, bro. Right? And not because I don't enjoy what I do. I enjoy this, right? But I don't like going on social media, especially like because Twitter is where it starts, right? You see like a joke or you see someone post something on Twitter. Then everybody takes that post and goes to Facebook and like the one.
Some people just should have recycle it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Even though it fucking originated there.
Yeah. And some people get more retweets and more likes than the original post, which is really infuriating. Really. Honestly, it is. But one of the ones I've been seeing circling around lately is like, oh, yo, Walmart got Father's Day 4-pack gift cards, bro, in case anybody needs one. You know how many people I've seen post that this week? How many people I've seen post that this week? Like, oh, hey, bud, it's not original. It's not funny. It's not original. Like, and people are sitting there like quoting it and like laughing emojis, dead skull emojis. Like, bro.
Are they insinuating like multiple baby daddies?
Yeah. So like it's like, hey, yo, bro, like when Will Smith got slapped, I saw fucking hella people just recycle, like, bro, it's like, it's so cringy. That's why a lot of people, like, when we first started this podcast, me and Justin's goal was to interview artists to get the local scene poppin' and like, kind of like feature the local scene, right? Because we were really into that. We still are, but not on the interview side. Because, bro, like a lot of people that you guys love, a lot of people that are really popular, that's all they fucking did was recycle shit on Facebook. And it annoyed the fuck out of me. And then I wanted nothing to do with it, bro. I wanted nothing to do with that. I literally block them, take them off my shit. It's not funny anymore. I'm really big on originality here. So if I do use somebody's post, you literally see me quote their post. Like, hey, bro, look what this comedian said. It's hella funny, right? Like, hey, look at what this comedian said. It's hella funny. Hey, look at what this person said, bro. This shit had me cracking up. Not like taking it literally as if I said it. I can't stand that shit, dog. And it's all over social media now. And like I said, it gets rewarded because the people who take it usually end up with more likes and more retweets and more engagement than the original post. So it's not about what you say. Clearly, it's about who says it, and that also annoys me. That really fucking bugs me. But it hasn't been a problem, in my opinion. It hasn't been a problem on Instagram. It's mainly like a Facebook, Twitter.
I mean, Instagram comments for sure.
Oh, and TikTok too. They'll take like a thing and make a little TikTok to it and get millions of views.
Because like say like the bully video we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You see it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and then you see it on another platform. Say you very first saw it on Twitter, right? Mm. Then you go to the Twitter comments and everyone's, saying like something. And then like you see it on Instagram like an hour later by like a different platform. And then you go to the comments and like somebody's like stealing trying to get like top comment by stealing the comment they saw on another platform.
Then you see like academics post it, no jumper post it. You
Yeah.
see all the, they kind of recycle the same.
And if you go to the top comments, like all of the top comments are like the same because people are just taking like the popular ones they've already seen and then just trying to beat everyone else to say it on a different platform.
Yeah. So yeah, it's funny because, like I said, I wouldn't have social media if it wasn't for like the love of what I'm doing now. So it's kind of bro. I don't know what's worse: the people who recycle like jokes and memes and stuff like that, or the people like especially the moms who like post their food and like step by step how to make it. And it sucks because I've had to sit here for years and watch girls that I grew up with turn into those type of women. Day after day, I've had to see these people turn into the villains. Like if day after day, I had to sit there and watch these girls that I grew up with basically turn into those type of women, right? Like you either die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and look what's happening, bro. The guys, and it's usually the guys too that I've noticed that steal the jokes. It's usually guys who steal jokes, steal memes, and like try to act as if it's theirs. And then the girls are usually the ones that are like posting their food and ingredient by ingredient. And
No, I know well, not no, but I know a couple people on Twitter who are girls that do that shit. Like the stealing content.
wasn't like SoFlo like really popular for that, stealing people's content? Like he used to get in hella shit for that.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, there was a guy popular back in the days. There's like Anthony SoFlo or some shit like that, where he'd fucking like take someone's video and then like use it, but put a clip of him in the beginning, like maybe like a quick 3-4 second clip of him, and then it'd be the person's video, and he'd get like hella views and likes off it.
You know what? Now that you brought that up, I don't like when like academics, no jumper, shade room. I don't like when like media platforms clearly take someone else's shit and slap their watermark on it. I don't even know how that's legal. I'm almost pretty sure it's not legal, but
I think people are okay with it because of how big the platform is. So they're
no,
probably like, I guess.
it's not. I don't think it's that because they're taking from other big platforms. So like other big platforms aren't going to care about that kind of stuff. I just think that I think that it's probably too much hassle to like get them to remove it.
So they probably just don't care.
They're probably like, by the time we get you to remove this, it's going to be old news anyway, or they don't have the money and resources to like do that kind of stuff. But that shit's annoying as fuck.
You guys comment below. What do you guys think? Are you guys, obviously, I don't think anybody's a fan of stealing content and jokes, but does that ruin your social media experience? Because it definitely ruins mine. So I know people are going to agree with that part. Like, hey, I'm not trying to go on Facebook and see you post your meal ingredient by ingredient, or see people steal jokes, or complain about your baby daddy, or complain about it's like, bro, it's literally like fodder. Like you can post the most crazy professional looking video, 2 likes. A girl goes on Facebook, my baby daddy's a bitch, 50. Guy goes on Facebook, steals a joke, 100. It's like the problem might be is we reward it. We reward that type of stuff, man. We got to stop doing that. And people would probably stop doing that if they knew that there wasn't no fodder to it. Then we're going to get likes and views out the Kahoot, dude. So, but yeah, to end the night, right? We usually have been on topic with this UFO stuff the last couple weeks. That's like the biggest draw here. Well, to me, it's not, but but view wise says otherwise. But I try to, but yeah. So NASA had a conference today. The video's on YouTube. It's like 4 hours long. They even had like a public Q&A at the end. And they basically had a UFO task force today. Like they announced the panel, they showed the people, and a lot of people were excited. They were like, hey, what's going to come of this? What's going to happen in this, this conference today? And not much happened. I believe they did try to debunk the Go Fast UFO video. And I've shown a clip of that before on the channel. But the problem is a couple things here. The fact that not much was said, that's actually really corny to me. Right? If anybody has like evidence, or if anybody's been compiling data, it should be these guys. And the fact that they claim there isn't enough good evidence, or they need better data, again, just adds to the stigma that these guys are liars, bro. Right? I'm not a flat earther. I'm not someone that's going to say Earth is flat or space is fake, but NASA doesn't do themselves justice when they continuously act hella dumb and do stuff like this to where the public has to question you, right? Which leads into a part of the conference when they were talking about the people working on this task force having to deal with like harassment and like people bothering them, right? So I'm not saying harass these people, guys. Don't do that. It's almost like when Star Wars Episode 8 came out, right? Don't go harassing the actors and making Daisy Ridley leave Instagram and, Kelly Marie Tran. Don't do that. Criticize the movie, criticize the writing, right? But these people, they had to expect that this was going to happen, bro. That people were going to criticize them and harass them. I'm not saying I agree with the harassment, but NASA doesn't have like a good track record of telling the truth, in my opinion, right? They hide a lot of stuff. They do a lot of stuff that makes people question their motives and question what they're doing. But they're like, yeah, we're getting harassed. And a lot of it is because people think they're withholding information, right? Now, if they're going to sit there and try to tell us that they're not withholding information, I think that's a lie. I think it's a lie. So if they're saying that they're not withholding information and they're being harassed because of it, that's another lie. And this is how I view it. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'm 100% willing to eat crow on this one. But we've talked about the face on Mars. We've mentioned the moon landing before. We've talked about the flat Earth on this podcast. We've talked about plenty of things that are NASA related, and there's a lot of cool things they do. Like I talked about the furthest image from Earth. Right, we showed that picture before. We've shown stuff from the James Webb Telescope. We've shown NASA's Hubble pictures. So there's a lot of cool things that they do, but at the end of the day, it just didn't sit right with me today. Now maybe this conference that they held is going to be like the beginning stages of trying to get disclosure out into the public. Like anybody who watches is like, okay, this is like the first step into them kind of slowly getting this out there. They just didn't do themselves justice, in my opinion, by kind of saying, well, we need better data. Well, we get harassed online when we're trying to work on this thing, even though we have a history of being known for lying, and we do things that would make you question us, but don't harass us for it, right? Like, I think the taxpayers need to know, right? If there's something really happening in the skies that we can't explain, we deserve to know. And the fact that we don't, I mean, I have a big problem with that. But then again, I think it's cool that this task force was even made, and I'm actually hoping that like real steps start to happen now. Like I hope the next conference isn't another nothing burger. Right? The next conference better be, hey guys, we've done some more research on some of the videos that are out there. We finally got access to stuff that was like, classified within the government, and yeah, this stuff's real. We can't explain it. We don't know where it comes from. That I'm hoping that's the next step. Because if the next step is another nothing burger, it just seems like what's happening is the people at the top know they're losing control over this, and they're going to try to like make us all look hella dumb. Well, you guys think it's this and this, but yeah, we did research on it and it's not. Don't look that way.
There was that one video you sent me about the face on Mars and the whole background on that.
Oh, the Y-Files, yeah.
And that's kind of what they did. And that's backtracking. That's kind of what you were just talking about. Yeah, they won't go and investigate that area of Mars, even though we're the ones paying them to do so. They say that there's like nothing there to investigate, but they don't have like 100% proof to even like show us that that's even true.
Yeah, if we're interested in it and they're using our taxpayer money, go look at that fucking face, bro.
Yeah.
If we're wondering about UFOs and UAPs, go investigate that shit and stop giving us nothing burgers. Stop doing this like, oh, we just don't know. And I don't know, man. Like clearly this phenomenon has been happening for thousands of years. Clearly. There's like literal proof of it happening for hundreds, thousands of years. So it's not just a recent thing, right? So clearly somebody has compartmentalized this to the point where if NASA doesn't even have the good data, then who has the good data then? Like, can someone finally just man up and show us, bro? Is it that bad? It can't just be over the secrecy of like the craft, right? Like if they're trying to gatekeep the technology away from other countries, this literally cannot be what it is. If that's the only reason the public does not know about this shit, that's a bad reason, in my opinion. I know some people will say, oh, but national security, national security. What are you guys going to do when you've hid it for so long and China comes out with something close to that? And China doesn't care about hiding it from you, and Russia doesn't care about hiding it from you. And you have to finally explain to the people in America what the fuck this is, but you've had a chance to do it, but you didn't.
That same guy was talking about something similar where scientists either don't or do say certain things, even if their information contradicts it, because like for political purposes.
Yeah, and if it is because of
Like if I tell you aliens are real, right?
mm-hmm.
And we're studying UFOs and there's life on Earth, whatever, or life outside of Earth, and I tell you that, and you're like this hardcore Christian who's funding me, you're not gonna fund me anymore because you're like,
Yeah, you don't believe in it, which a lot of the rumors
but I'm a
are.
scientist telling you that it's true. You're not gonna give me money to do science shit so I can prove you wrong. So like a lot of people just kind of like shut up about it.
I've heard a lot of high up people in our government are super religious, and they don't like this topic because of that, because religion has made it to where, hey, we got to tell the public it's like extraterrestrial. Like, nah, bro, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason they're not, right? A big one is power, right? They probably lose a lot of power on a lot of different levels revealing this to the public. Another one could be, well, we've hid this from them for so long, right? And like the rumors have grew so big, and they're kind of wild and out there that there's no way that even if we give these guys proof, they're gonna say it's CGI, they're gonna say it's AI. Like, what's the point now, right? Like, let's keep studying this. Let's try to get a definitive answer, because if we just try to come out with speculation, they're just not gonna believe it anyways, and they're just gonna call us liars. But again, that's a problem, and it's not just NASA. Everybody does it. Everybody lies to us. Everybody uses our taxpayer money and like lie and hide from us. But then they're surprised that we're harassing them and getting mad at them. And again, don't go harassing these people. But would you be surprised? I'm not surprised. What do you guys think, though, man? Like this conference didn't really come up with much. I know they did. Like I said, they did try to debunk the whole Go Fast video, which is not hard to do in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, my basic thoughts are, NASA, if you guys really want the public to back you, if you really want the public to be behind you, stop fucking lying to us, dude. I know there's a lot of people out there. I work with these people. I'm in the public with these people. There's a lot of people who are fucking dumb and can't handle this type of information. I get it. But there's a lot of us who can, and a lot of us who are interested and eager to learn. A lot of us aren't stuck in like the religious matrix or the matrix that has been keeping us tied down for so long. A lot of us want to learn, and we're eager to experience this stuff. So I feel like there should be a way to like satisfy both ends, right? There shouldn't just be, because I have really young siblings and nephews and nieces in my family, and I don't want them to grow up in a world that I grew up in, where everything has to be a lie and everything has to be hidden from them. And there should be more than just what we have now. And it's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating when like there's so much cool stuff out there, but we're stuck here, And I was actually, but to end off the episode, I was actually thinking that I was walking, Kobe earlier this morning. I was walking him at the park, and I looked at that falcon's nest. I mean, you saw it above the baseball lights, and I said, what I would do to have that level of consciousness, man. I know that sounds stupid, but just imagine how simple life could be if, like, I feel like how we are as humans now is almost like a curse, bro. We've almost like we've made life too complicated. Like we literally, all we have to do is hunt, gather, eat, spend time with family, have fun, and explore. Instead, we've turned it into something completely different. And I feel like the further we advanced with technology, the further we learn, the further we grow, it kind of feels like we're heading towards something that might not be good for us.
Dystopian.
It kind of sucks because like we should just be out there having fun and experiencing life, and instead we became so smart. You don't see octopuses trying to build buildings. You don't see octopuses trying to build time machines.
Or monopolizing water, land, electricity.
Yeah, you don't see crows monopolizing, like, hey, crows have their own version of Walmart, and you have to shop there if you want your goods and your food, right?
Or I
Like,
have to like pay you to stay on this land because you own the land, and now I have to like pay a
yeah,
dumb fucking amount of rent because you're the only person that.
you don't see lions and wolves having to do that. Like, oh, I gotta pay rent to live in this cave now, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes life just seems like we made it too complicated. It's fun though, definitely fun. I love having fun here, but sometimes you gotta really think, like, dude, are we heading towards something that we might not want to be a part of anymore?
Yeah, we did kind of fuck up. Now that you say that.
We really did fuck up big time, bro. Like, again, I'm using a camera and a mic to talk to you guys about this kind of stuff, so it's cool. A lot of stuff is cool, but the further we go, man, are we gonna be able to even recognize what human is in the future? We're gonna go so far with our technology and our ideologies that we might not even recognize what this version of human is in the future. We might be looking at someone like me and you, Dustin, like we're like chimps or something. Like, these guys used to record off a Luminex camera, dude. What, dude? So, but yeah, that is tonight's episode, guys. Episode 116 of the DrewCast. Thank you for joining me. Also, if you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, again, thank you guys for the support. You can catch me on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, all that. And until next time, guys, peace.